Hi, I'm Rosalee, and this is the Baby Notebook. My parents were predators, and they documented my life obsessively. This notebook was written over 40 years ago. I've never read it until now. I recorded myself reading the Baby Notebook to catch my natural reactions, to see my face, to feel my energy, to be able to read myself. I teach this process of witnessing in the diner. I created everything that the Plumb Collective is to help myself. The practice, a course, and reading photos is for me. It's about me being me. I use the tools that I created to help myself, and I'm sharing it with you. Witness me witnessing myself. Read the words my parents wrote about me, to me, but they weren't for me. This is the Baby Notebook.
Okay, well, if this was the only entry you read, and hearing how, like, this one it's sweet. It's sweet. And that doesn't negate the times where it was not sweet. February 13th, 1984. Hi, little one. Mom and Dad had a wonderful weekend together. Now it's Monday, and the highlight of our weekend was when Daddy was holding me. He had his hand on my tummy just when you kicked. So Daddy got to feel you move. That was just the greatest. Daddy held Mama and said how very much he loved us both, and that made me so happy. We have the best man in the world to love us. We are very, very lucky. Mom isn't feeling good, baby. So I am staying in bed to get well for you. Mama saw the train go by our bedroom window. Okay, I totally forgot that she used to sing a song to me because they moved when I was 6 months old. So she would sing a song. I didn't realize or remember that they could see a train from their bedroom window where they lived before, like, the house I lived in, that I remember living in. Okay, I'm remembering it. Daddy put his love on the train, reach right out, pick it up, pull it in, and put it in your heart. I can't believe I remembered that. So anytime we saw a train and we were not with my dad, she would sing that to me, and we would, like, reach out at the train, pick up his love, pull it in, and put it in our hearts. So, like, that is sweet. This is sweet. If it could have been that all of the time, that's sweet, but it wasn't. So I'm feeling emotional. Mama saw the train go by our bedroom window, and the neat part of that is that this very same train I saw just went past Daddy's factory about 15 minutes before. Okay, that makes it more. I didn't remember this. I know Daddy likes to watch the trains go by if he isn't too busy. So by both of us watching the train, we have a neat connection between us without talking. I can't even see the page. My tears are welling in my eyes. Okay. I know Daddy likes to watch the train go by if he isn't too busy. So by us both watching the train, we have a neat communication between us without talking. A way of sharing our love while we are apart. Someday, I hope you understand, because it is beautiful. Just like we are, I'm sure you're beautiful. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I want to ask you in advance, will you be our Valentine? God bless you. Love, Mama. And then she drew a heart with baby B ours. We love you. Right here. Okay, February 19th, 1984 at 6:30 a.m. And this is an entry from my father, which we haven't heard from in a while. Hi, baby. It's high time Daddy wrote some to you. I looked back and it's now over 2 months since I wrote to you. I'm really ashamed of myself for not writing sooner. We have kept ourselves, Mama and Daddy, in parentheses, busy all winter. Mama is so good because she is careful about eating good stuff for you and taking her calcium pills. Mama has sold the shop. No idea. His handwriting is so terrible. Daddy ran for union president and did not win. Took Ball Cat to the doctor. Most of the real cold winter seems to be gone. Hardee's opened up, as did some donut shop. Since January 3rd, we've been waiting for Ponderosa to open. Okay, this entry is more of what I guess expected these to be, is like updates, things that are happening. Maybe not about Ponderosa and a donut shop, but whatever. Daddy quit smoking and we put the whirlpool in our kitchen. Okay. We did not have a normal house in relation to, trauma and abuse and inappropriate behavior and the people. But also the setup of the house was just bizarro, and they made just really strange choices. So, for example, we never had an oven, but they had a hot tub in the kitchen. Okay, that makes sense. Celebrated Valentine's Day. Mama had her hair cut, and your dad needs one real bad. Ugh, this real good, terrible creep, his longtime friend, visited. Had the water heater magnesium rod removed so the hot water don't smell. We've tried to reorganize our house with you in mind. Put a hot tub in the kitchen for the baby. Best of all, Daddy has felt you moving inside Mama, and we also went to our class for you at the hospital. I promise to write to you more often, baby sweets. You sure have grown in the last 2 months. Mom's friends always ask about you. The guys at work do too. I love you, baby, and I'm waiting for you. Love very much, Dad. If you have watched any of my videos, you probably have the opinion that my parents made terrible choices. And you would be right. Then there are people who are giving my parents the benefit of the doubt. But this comment really helped me because it's something that's so innocent and understandable that this person would think that I was mistaken, that my parents couldn't possibly be talking about putting a hot tub in a kitchen. That they must have meant a dishwasher. This is helping me take it less personally when it's something that's serious about abuse that I endured, that people are trying to explain, oh no, you must be mistaken, it can't be that, it must be this. This is a lighthearted example of how to process sharing about your life on the internet. To make their judgment even worse, they were living in a trailer at the time. So my parents, preparing for their baby, put a hot tub in the kitchen of a trailer in the winter. It was not structurally sound. Nothing about this was a good idea. They made really bad calls, and this is just one that's kind of funny. And then when I was 6 months old, they moved into the house that I lived in my whole childhood, and they had the hot tub was in their bedroom at one point. It was on our porch for the majority of my life. So it was also in the kitchen. This hot tub moved around our house, inside and outside of the house. So it was a very weird, strange childhood. And this is one of the more lighthearted, weird things. It feels a little strange to consider doing an entry for the baby notebook, but this was the intuitive nudge. This was what got me starting to talk about my parents and to go back to the beginning before I was born. What were they saying? What were their specific words? It's really disorienting to have, and I get that that's just how TikTok is, but to have some people only see these baby notebook entries and think that my mom was this sweet, expected mother, when that was not my experience of her as a fully formed person and as her actual child, human on earth with her. I felt like I wanted to avoid making another entry, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue this project. It's something that feels important to me intuitively. So even though I can't see all of the reasons why yet, I'm trusting my intuitive nudge and knowing. This entry is from my mom, and it is written February 23rd, 1984. Hi, Mama's sweet babykins. Okay. On the day before yesterday, Mom and Dad went to the doctor, and everything is going beautiful. You measure 30 centimeters, your heart rate is 138 beats per minute, and you kick like crazy. I'm really thrilled that you are so active. That helps me realize just a little bit better that parts of Daddy and I are really growing inside my tummy. Yesterday and today is so beautiful, almost 60 degrees. It's the kind of weather we would first expect around when you are born. As active as you are, I was thinking you wanted to fight your way into the world earlier. Okay, that's eerie. Since Mom and Dad went shopping for baby furniture last night and we didn't find anything that came up to our standards for our special child, I think you best wait a while yet. When I was telling you about our warm weather, I wanted to tell you that her dad took his motorcycle out for the first time yesterday. He likes riding motorcycles so much. He seems like a little kid. He said he was going to stop in today on the motorcycle to visit Mama and check on something we are going to give him. Well, darling, I want to get back to work here and make a nice meal for Daddy and a clean house. Mama also wants to plan where we are going to put all of your stuff. Boy, being a housewife and a mother-to-be is so wonderful. Daddy and I were real happy before you entered our life, but now, darling, planning for you gives us such a rich, wonderful, exciting future. God bless you and us. All my love goes to you and Daddy, Mama. I mean, it is what it is. I wish she would have written more about what she was talking about feeling like I was fighting my way into the world, because that is the most interesting thing she's written in all of these entries so far. People want to argue about shit that they don't know anything about. Why would I make that up? These people did weird things. This is the most tame, weird thing they did. Everything else was like sexual and inappropriate behavior. This hot tub deal, she had a gym that was called a body shop. My dad thought it was an auto body shop. That's why they met. He was driving by. It was like, what is that? It was a gym. That's how they met. He lost 60 pounds. She thought he was gay. They fell into some type of situation I don't understand. And then this baby notebook is where we're at with this story. They're fucking weird. They're weird. They're bizarre. They made bizarre choices. I don't want to argue about a dishwasher. I never had a dishwasher until I moved into this house that I'm in now. We didn't have a stove. We didn't have any kind of regular setup. It was a bizarre household. Nothing made sense. I didn't have a bedroom. I didn't have a door. I was in the living room of a house that was attached to a diner that had an apartment above it, that had a whirlpool hot tub. And they also had a water bed. They had so much water on a wood floor over the top of a restaurant. The fact that that did not cave in, I don't understand. I am agreeing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem... But it's the truth. Why would I... It's so nonsensical. I have to let it go. But it's like, I am saying it was a bad decision to put a hot tub with no... They don't even realize that it didn't have any casing around it. It was the raw fucking hot tub. It didn't have like wood or support beams or anything even on the hot tub itself. And then they put that on a wood floor inside of a house on top of a restaurant. We're not talking about smart choices. And that is after they had it in the kitchen of a mobile home. Why would you argue with me that Whirlpool would only be referring to a dishwasher? Whirlpool is a brand that makes a bunch of fucking things. Like, it's the most bizarre. It's like, if you don't understand bizarre behavior because you haven't experienced it, okay, but I'm telling you up front, this is weird. This is weird. This doesn't make sense. This is bad decision making. This was not structurally sound. I'm saying that. And I also was there. Like, I was there. It's in tons of photos and videos from my childhood. I was in it. I was on it. I was around it. I took my first day of school pictures often in front of it. And when it was just outside on the porch, where we would put a garden hose from the sink in the house through the window outside. These people did weird things. March 19th, 1984 at 8 a.m. Our dear, sweet, wonderful baby. Daddy and I and my dad's mom went baby shopping. We bought you real diapers, a bottle, a bathtub, a tubby, bumper pads for your crib, a toy, a blanket. Then Grandma bought you a nice blanket and 2 bibs. We still need some things for you, honey, but we'll get it. We won't let you go without. Grandma has been with us since Saturday morning. We will be taking her home tomorrow, Tuesday night. It sure is nice getting to know your grandma better. Just wait until you are born and Grandma comes to visit when you two can get to know each other real good. This morning, Mommy called her sister, and she's really excited about your birth. She said she thinks of you as her baby too. She is making you a Cabbage Patch doll that is a really popular doll around here now. It's going to be a newborn baby just like you. Not only that, but they are going to give you their rocking horse. That is a super nice gift. It's very expensive. But the nicest part of the gift is that Mama knows how much that horse meant to both of them. We have to be super grateful because this is more a gift of love than anything else. It's just creepy. That just is weird. We have to be super grateful because this is more a gift of love than anything else. Okay. We also are going to go shopping for you tonight. And I forgot to tell you that we picked up a bassinet high chair, and last night we bought an infant seat for you from the neighbors. It's almost like new and at a very good price. We love you, honey. I also forgot to tell you the ultrasound test showed everything is going well, and we videotaped it so you can watch it. And your date is still well, they were wrong on the date. 1 month from tomorrow. So they thought that my C-section date was going to be April 20th, but that was not the case. Love you bunches, Mama. So it's just, I could have had a 420 birthday. Maybe somebody else would hear this entry and not hear it in the way that I am, but it's like she felt good that her sister wanted to claim this baby. She felt good that she got an expensive gift, but it was more important to her that it was like taking something from her sister, or that her sister was like willing to give it to her when it meant so much to her. It's like subtle, but definitely the mind tricks are there. And so I don't know, maybe it's not that subtle. This feels more overt than some of the other entries. Ugh, I don't like it. I think she wanted a baby because she wanted someone to control. I think she thought a baby would make her special and would be someone to love her unconditionally. I think she wanted a baby because she thought that that's what she should do and should want. I think she wanted a baby because she wanted to fix herself. This is a great question, but I don't think that there was something between my parents that was off. They had like an unshakable, unbreakable bond that I still cannot understand. I have a journal from my mom, like when she was in her late 20s. So she was going through a divorce from someone else that she had been with for 10 years. They had tried to have a baby and she couldn't get pregnant in that relationship. And she was really devastated about it. So I think that was true in her first marriage, that she thought a baby was like the answer. She was going through this divorce and working in her little exercise shop when my dad was driving by on his way to work every day, and he would see the sign that said body shop, and he was just curious, like, is this an auto body shop? Like, what is this place? So one day he stopped in, met her, and she wrote about the day they met in her diary. And in it, she said that he was gay. So like her first impression of him was that he was gay. And then somehow they connected. She thought he was stable and she was really unstable. So she ended up like calling him in the middle of the night at some point. But it's like, this is a customer of your business. He ended up losing 60 pounds, like doing her little program. She called him in the middle of the night, went to his mobile home where she ended up moving in very shortly after. But she just like went there and never left. He kicked her out and changed the locks a couple of times, but ultimately they stayed together. And then he told her, if I get you pregnant, I'll marry you. But I asked him like so many times over the course of the years, like while she was still alive and when she died, like, did you actually love her? Did you like her? Did you want to marry her? Or did you just marry her because she did get pregnant with me? And he said that he loved her and that he wanted to be with her.